I received a call a week after my wife left and I am devastated. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. It all started back in the summer. My wife and best friend of 10 years, who was also married, started an emotional affair that led to a web of lies, deceit, and eventually a physical affair. I found out just a few days ago. His wife called me bawling her eyes out saying that her husband had left. I was like, well, that's interesting, my wife left me just a week prior. We started searching and found tons of phone records where they talked for months, several times a day for 20 to 30 minutes at a time, email exchanges, love professions, and hotel reservations where they both went out of town to stay. Needless to say, I am devastated. Over 3 years with this woman down the drain, and a 10-year friendship. We are moving towards a divorce and have been for about 2 weeks now. The problem that I have is that I still love her and would do anything to stay married to her. I know, stupid, right? Here's a woman with no regard to my feelings and I'm standing here with arms wide open. Please don't sing the chorus to Creed, I hate that song, wishing she would come home. Anyway, I'm not looking for a magic solution to fix this problem. Just want to know if there is anyone else out there that has gone through this. How did you handle being alone and most of all the betrayal? Also, she left me before the ball dropped about the affair, saying I was emotionally disconnected and that she did not feel loved by me. She also says that she felt fat, she was not fat at all, and ugly, again, not ugly at all. I admitted that I did spend a lot of time at work and played golf 1 to 2 times a week during the time the affair was going on. I understand that I opened the door for this, but I feel my lack of emotional attachment did not justify what she did. The phone calls stopped in November, that's when all our problems started. She became depressed and reclusive. I guess because her boyfriend broke up with her and she was stuck with me. We had an amazing marriage up to this point, a great sex life, and were very close to our families and friends. Note, I am not a deadbeat husband, never abused her or cheated on her. Work a 40-hour-a-week job and was the primary source for our income. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Marry the other guy's wife. You both know exactly how awful cheating feels and are already friends, at least if not good friends, after 10 years. Sounds like I'm kidding, but it has happened a lot of times. Shania Twain, I believe, is an example of this. Don't try to win back someone that isn't worth being with. You'll only allow her to hurt you more. You miss a wife who never existed. It's entirely normal to mourn the end of a relationship. Feel sad, learn your lessons and move on. There is a woman out there who will love you back, not lie and cheat on you. If your wife was unhappy, she should have talked to you about it, not jumped into bed with another woman's husband. Here is the second story. 17 years of marriage for a short thrill with a coworker. We married 17 years ago after dating for 2 years. She is my first and only woman. I am her first and only man. We loved each other like crazy and always been together. We trusted each other 100%. We have 2 small kids, smart and beautiful. We are both professionals and made a fortune together. She is 35 years old and I am 39. We had a perfect marriage. Until a few days ago when I discovered that she was seeing this other guy coworker for 3 months and she was sexting with him. I confronted her and she admitted that she fell in love with him like she was 16 again. She could only think of him, neglecting her family, and she has kissed him, but there was no sex, and I believe her. Then I have seen more emails between them and the intensity of the feelings described there was scary to me. She also told me that she was the most happy woman in the world around that guy and that he made her feel alive. They were dating in secret at lunchtime during lunch hours, again, no sex involved. But he wanted to leave his own wife and move in with her. She was confused. She described the whole experience as being swept away by a river and she had no control over these emotions and actions. She said that he was the only thing on her mind all day and she didn't care anymore about the consequences. I also discovered a personal journal that she kept where she described the electrical attraction that she had for him and she imagined having sex with him, all with pornographic details about the act. Imagine the hurt that it caused me. Now she says that she wants to forget him and move on with me. That she loves me a lot, and that although she feels love for the other guy, she hopes that the love for me will prove to be stronger. For our sake and for the sake of our kids and of what we have accomplished. But how can I rebuild the trust? Can I or should I forget and continue my journey through life with her? Will I be haunted by all this forever? Should I bite the bullet and move on? If she loves him so much and clearly the love for me no longer gives her the wet dreams anymore, am I being selfish to keep her for me? Maybe she has the right to pursue happiness even if that means to break two families, her and his. Will trust ever be rebuilt? Will never be 100% enough to keep us as a couple. The fact that she imagined having sex and wrote it down so vividly and passionately, is this the same as having sex? Maybe if they had the chance they would have done it, I think. So what does this mean? If I go on with her, will I be living in a lie? Will she ever do it again, maybe this time with sex? I love her like there is no tomorrow. But love is blind. And I am lost. Any thoughts? Here are some of the best comments from our community. Short answer: try and recreate that passion for her. Surprise her. Have the kids taken care of so it's not a thought. Help her remember why she married you and that she doesn't have to stray to feel that way. She's reaching out to you and it's hard, but she sounds like you're important enough to her for her to basically come clean and ask for a chance. I say take the high road on this and give it your best shot and plan something romantic. The key is to be on top of everything and plan it all. So she doesn't have to worry about anything, so that she sees you're in control. That way you're sweeping her off her feet and running the show. Then if you get to being intimate after it all, take control, take it slow and tease. I don't know what to tell you about intimacy, but the whole thing is about you taking it slow and taking control and showing her that you are on top. I'd say be honest after all this and let her know that if she really truly wants to move on, she has to figure out a way to cut the other man out of her life. It's the only way to get over someone you really love. It'll go away, but she will need some time from that person and she needs to stick with it. Here is the third story. My wife said she had been sleeping at her cousin's, turns out she was. I thought everything had been fine up until around 2 weeks ago. She said she was going to her cousin's house, and didn't come home that night. She came home the next day, saying that she just stayed with her cousin, and that was it. Over the next few days she continued to be gone longer and longer, until she was only home twice over the course of a week. She then tells me that her Facebook was hacked because it removed me from her married status and changed it to her being in a relationship. I began to get suspicious, and I probably shouldn't have done it, but I got into her email, and from there, her Facebook account itself. I felt like an idiot because I didn't find anything, until I checked her Facebook messages. Long story short, I found out she was at a party, not at her cousin's, and that she had kissed another guy. The messages were plenty, between other people as well as this guy, stating that she was leaving me and that they would never guess who she was with now. They all went to high school together. After I confronted her about it, all I could get was that I was a bastard for getting into her stuff, and couldn't get a straight answer for anything. A few days passed, and she finally admitted that she lied to me about where she was, and that she kissed this guy, but that's as far as it went. She told me she needed space, and that I haven't treated her like I used to. Which I will admit, I didn't. I fell into a routine, or sort of habit, and took certain things for granted. I am an avid WoW player, and apparently that had things to do with it also. I have told her I am willing to do whatever it takes to fix things, but she should have come to me and talked to me before it came to this. She said she wants to work things out but just needs space. This was a week ago. She is still gone, and I don't know what to do. She has friends, including the guy this all happened with, that she is refusing to cut ties with solely on the fact that she has known him since the 6th grade, we are now 30. I feel like I'm being used as just a place she can return to if it doesn't work to her favor. But I love her too much to let her go. We've been married for 5 years, and it's killing me. If my heart had balls, she'd have a Herculean grip on them. She's been my life, and I just can't imagine one without her. I don't know what I'm asking for her to a point. I feel stupid for acting like I'm the one to blame for this happening, yet I just want what I fell in love with back. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.